What's up, nerds? Welcome back to Heroes Never Die. And today we're taking a look at Lifeweaver, the newest cute support in Overwatch. I'll give you some basic info about his kit, some ways you can best utilize his skills to make the most out of him in under 10 minutes. So with that, let's jump right in. First up, let's get his two primary fires out of the way. Much like Mercy, Lifeweaver has to switch between offensive and support basic abilities, with the 1 and 2 keys are mouse wheel. Starting out with his basic heal ability, it's a charge-up heal that locks on and homes in on your target, indicated by the blue diamond shape. It heals anywhere from 10 to 65 depending on how much you charge it, and full charge takes about a second to reach. This will be your primary form, much like Mercy. Switching over to his offensive fire, you gain Thorn Volley. This is pretty close to the Halo Needler, without the tracking and explosion. There is no fall-off damage to this, but due to the spread, it gets pretty unwieldy at long ranges. Up close, due to its rate of fire, it can chunk down squishy characters quite fast. With the basics out of the way, let's do a quick rundown of his other skills. Shift is your healing dash ability. It moves you a short distance, then heals you gradually for 25 HP. It doesn't seem like a lot, but since it's only on a 5-second cooldown, you'll be using it quite frequently. Next up is his right-click pedal platform. You throw your seed on the ground and it creates a rising platform, much like the elevators in Hollywood. Cooldown starts when you use it, so just like Junkrat's Mines, you can use multiple back-to-back if you plan it out in advance. The platform has 400 HP and lasts about 5 seconds once it's activated, but persists on the ground infinitely until it's activated. Following that up is his next ability, Life Grip. As long as someone is in range of your healing, about 35 meters, and has that blue diamond, you can hit E and pull them right back to you. A few things to note though. Pulling someone makes them invulnerable, but does not cleanse them of any status ailments. It's also great for pulling tanks out of danger when they've overextended, or if you do want to troll someone with it, you have to put in a little bit of effort because it will only pull the people to the position you are currently at. No dumping people into the Ilios well. Finally, we have his ultimate, Big Ass Healing Tree. The tree pops out where you aim it and does an initial burst of 150 healing, then pulses for 50 healing about every 2 seconds. The tree is a solid object, acts as line of sight, and has 1,000 hit points. You most likely knew all of that, but it's good to go over the basics just in case. Now you're asking, but how do I play him? Well, I've been no-lifing the Lifeweaver and watching the top players play him for the past few days to give you some tips. First, let's talk play style. Lifeweaver can adopt two primary types of play depending on how confident you are in your positioning. The first play style is arguably more fun, but a much more high-risk, high-reward. It involves a much more aggressive positioning so you can quickly swap between damage and healing, using your pedal platforms and dash to move around and stay safe. I would only recommend this if you are a high-skill player who knows how to weave in and out of combat. Taking this approach, you can control the battlefield while gaining a slightly faster ult charge. For most players, I wouldn't recommend this style. If you want more direction and tips on this playstyle, I recommend tuning into ML7 because he's a much better player than me, and he can showcase it a lot better. The other playstyle is the one most players should take, and it's the medium to long range heal bot style. For this, you want to play the corners to peak heal your tank and frontline heroes, and look for grips when someone overextends. This is the safe playstyle most players should take when learning the hero. Drop your pedal platform in the back to keep a safety net for escape. You won't be using Thorn Volley much in this playstyle, but still look for chances to get some damage in as it is a good way to charge your ultimate. So for the rest of the video, we'll focus on the more heal bot style gameplay and the ways you can maximize your trolling and I guess supporting. Let's talk his healing first and the ways to maximize it. During the start of the fight, if you focus on the tank, full charge 65 heals are the way to go. Spamming out 10 HP heals is an effective way when things get hectic, as long as the enemy team isn't too coordinated. Otherwise, mid-charge heals are the best for keeping targets stable. The heal is quite generous with its lock on, so make sure to play the corner so you can jiggle peek to keep yourself safe while supporting your front line. As I mentioned before, keep a pedal platform down in a spot for a fast escape. You can throw one down, have it ready, and then use another one once that one is used up for further escape. That's another thing you can use the flower to dodge ultimates or pull your enemy team out of ultimates, like grab. But overall, I'd recommend keeping the pedal to save yourself if you're playing solo. Life Grip has been a hot topic since it was announced, but outside of the trolling, it does have a lot of practical applications. To get the most out of it, treat it like Baptiste Lamb, a last resort to save someone you know is going to lose the duel. Since it has the same range as your heals, 9 times out of 10 you're better off healing than pulling the person back. A good way to maximize the pull is to throw a platform down, ride it up, and then pull someone to the top. This gives some extra cover while you heal them back up. Finally, his ultimate, Tree of Life. First up, this is not trance. Its healing is okay, at best. Throw it early in a fight to help sustain, and if possible, pull out the Needler and help confirm kills. Of course, the big use for Tree is creating an object that creates line of sight. Look to block choke points much like Maywall, but also like May, don't be like this and block your teammate in on the wrong side. Just be wary of Anna's Nade and Sombra EMP, since both are hard counters to this ability. Alright, let's wrap this up. That should be enough to get you started on Lifeweaver to not be completely throwing in your games. Be sure to hit the like button and comment below with your favorite Lifeweaver tech/skills you found out. Also be sure to check out the podcast here on the channel every other Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Otherwise, peace.